Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Owen Fernandez saying hello to all my viewers in the US, in Central Europe, in the Middle East, and in India. I say warm greetings for the simple reason that for the last 2 or 3 days, we have been really facing a heat wave with temperatures around 33 to 36, something that we really enjoy on one aspect, but on the other hand, it's something that is very difficult for us to bear over a long period of time. So today, I welcome you to episode 15 of Tea Talks with Owen. Friends, I can't even believe that we have already completed 14 episodes. It means to say that I have been coming up regularly as a habit for the last 7 weeks. Now, for those who are new to this Tea Talk with Owen and have missed the 14 episodes that was prior to this, I encourage you to go to my YouTube channel and you can see all these 14 videos uploaded out there. Feel free to watch these videos, like these videos, and even share these videos with your friends and loved ones. And of course, just as an encouragement, if you do feel, do subscribe to it. So welcome once again. Please, if you're watching me from wherever you are, there is a chat box for a direct interaction with me as you watch. Please go to the chat box and just mention where are you watching for, and even your name would help me interact with you as I take you on this particular episode of how to create a new habit. I see Winnie, good morning. I'm not very sure what the temperature is in New York, but here right now, it's somewhere around 31 to 32 degrees Celsius. Friends, at the start, I would like to talk to you about the importance of habits in our lives. According to researchers at the Duke University, habits account for around 40% of our behaviors. I repeat, habits account for around 40% of our behaviors on any given day. Another research shows that around half of our daily actions are driven by repetition. So, in essence, friends, our life is a sum of our habits. How happy or how unhappy you are, how successful or how unsuccessful you are, is a direct result of our habits. What we repeatedly do ultimately describes the person who we are, what we believe in, and the personalities that we portray. You must have heard that our actions on a regular basis forms our habits. Our habits then form our character. And as you and I know, our character fixes our destiny. Friends, our habits govern our lives, literally. So I'm not sure what kinds of habits are you possessing right now, or what kinds of habits would you like to create going into the future. It could be anything like, for example, you would like to become an early riser, just like I am. It has been years and years and years. Even on a weekend, I'm up by 5 o'clock. Of course, there are exceptions depending upon how exactly the situation is. But most 99%, I'm up at around 4:30 to 5 o'clock every day. Or maybe you would like to create a habit of exercising on a regular basis. Or, for example, you would like to save, say, around 10% of your earnings each month separately for a rainy day. Or even as simple as you would like to make sure that you are drinking water regularly. Friends, it doesn't matter what habit you have right now or what habit you desire to create. The key, whether it is to wake up early, exercising regularly, losing weight, raising exceptional children, saving money, or eating healthy, or becoming more productive, all depends on our habits. And for that, you need to understand how habits work. Now, before I take you into a deep dive, I would like to let you know that building new habits takes time. So, needless to say, you need to have patience. It takes commitment, it takes consistency, it requires persistence, and of course, discipline. So, please don't consider creating a new habit as something of a shortcut or a quick fix. You might be disappointed. So, friends, grab a cup of tea or coffee, take a comfortable seat, and relax as we go deeper into this topic today, episode 15 of Tea Time with Owen, how to create a new habit. So let me just have a look at what's in the chat box. I see a good friend of mine from Delhi, Kailash Jayani. Wonderful, Kailash, nice to see you. Of course, my friend Peter Bordage is always there. Then there is a very good friend of mine, Marian Swartz. Thank you for being on the call, Marian. Good. So let's take a deep dive. And I've just read the video is stuttering a bit, but the audio is great. Hmm. I would like to I would like to continue rather than stop and see what I could do on a technical front. But nevertheless, as long as the audio is great, we can still manage. Winnie says, as long as the habit is productive and supports sustainable success. Indeed, very true. Thanks, Winnie, for contributing. So let's get into the the topic of creating a new habit. Jim Rohn once said that motivation gets you started. Friends, the start is important, but what about momentum? You and I know that most of us, we get so excited towards the end of the year that we basically come out with new resolutions for the new year. But all of this tend to take a backseat. A habit shouldn't simply be based on motivation. It shouldn't be based on some temporary desire. Instead, it should be instilled in your life to the point that it becomes habitual. Now, you may ask me this question, Owen, are routines and habits the same? Well, my answer would be not really, though they have been used interchangeably. A habit is a behavior done with little or no thought. I repeat, a habit is a behavior done with little or no thought, while a routine involves a series of behaviors which are frequent and intentionally repeated. A behavior, of course, has to be a regularly performed routine before it can actually become a habit at all. Now, the problem with most of us is that we try to skip the routine phase. Understanding how to build new habits and how your current ones work is essential for making progress, whether it is in your health, whether it is for your happiness, or for your life in general. As I said before, our habits actually make us. So, if you want to improve or form new habits, I'm going to give you some tips to provide you with some framework And of course, with a little amount of initial discipline, you can create a new habit that requires little effort to maintain. As you may or may not know, there is a 2090 rule. This 2090 rule says that it takes 21 days to make a habit and 90 days to make it a permanent lifestyle change. 21 days to form or make a habit and 90 days to make a permanent lifestyle change. So, what are the effective ways or effective tips to create new habits? The first one, my friends, is identify the habit. I want you to note the singularity. I've not mentioned identify the habits. I've mentioned identify one habit. Friends, this is the first step towards building a new habit. Start by identifying what exactly is it that you want to pursue as a habit. Pick that one behavior you want to turn into a habit wisely. And once done, stick to forming one habit at a time. Now, let's take, for example, you want to work out every day by jogging. Make sure you stick to it. So, identify the habit is the first step. The second one is start simple. Friends, we tend to get over motivated and set unrealistic goals. Eventually, we fail. So instead, why not start simple and feel accomplished? A journey to 1,000 miles starts with the first step, small bites. So if you want to build a habit of jogging for 60 minutes a day, why not start with 20 minutes first and continue it regularly and then slowly build it up brick by brick? Or, for example, if you want to build the habit of studying, say, for example, 2 hours a day, start simply by studying for 30 minutes and build on it. If you want to drink 8 glasses of water a day, start first by drinking regularly 4 glasses of water a day. So identify the habit, start simple. The third effective tip is make it daily. Friends, consistency is the key to build and stick to new habits. If you want to start exercising, start going to the same place at the same time for 21 days. Now, these cues like place and time of the day make it easier for you to stick to the habit formed. And of course, persistence. Persistence is so very important. Be dedicated to your new habit. And that's the reason why, as I said, when you're trying to create or form a new habit, your desire has to be a burning desire in order to develop a new habit. Be dedicated to your new habit. Never get tempted, never get distracted, or just simply give up on your resolution. As I said, patience, commitment, consistency, and persistency. Needless to say, friends, there may be certain difficulties and challenges. But of course, everybody has challenges, but never give up. So let me just have a look at the chat box right now. Oh, I have a friend, Jacob George. Thanks for being on the call, Jacob. Wonderful. So, first, identify the habit. Second, start simple. Third, make it daily. Be committed, be consistent, exercise persistence. Fourth, anchor your new habit to an old habit. Now, I'll basically explain what exactly it means. Find a habit you already consistently do and then anchor it with a new behavior. Now, let me give you an example. We all walk, don't we? But we all don't jog. So, if at all you want to create or develop a new habit of jogging daily for 60 minutes, let's try by brisk walking and then slowly try jogging. Or, for example, if you want to learn how to ride a two wheeler, we all know, many of us, of course, know how to ride a bicycle. Try to learn the two wheeler after learning to ride a bicycle. So, this is what it means: anchor your new habit to an old habit. And slowly and steadily, you will find out that you are learning in the process and achieving much better things with a higher degree of difficulty, yet very smoothly. Now, friends, I would like to mention the importance of this particular point. Have an accountability partner or have accountability partners. So, if you decide to jog on a regular basis, and if you feel challenged sometimes, being tempted not to, or procrastinating, or feeling outright lazy on a dull day, I suggest you to connect with a group of friends who equally are interested, or for that matter, are jogging regularly. Ask them to be accountability partners. Tell others about your desire to create a new habit. And I'm sure, friends, 9 out of 10 people would agree to help you create a new habit. We tend to be more disciplined when we know that people are watching us, are seeing us, are checking our willpower, whether we could go through the norms of becoming something or somebody new through creating and developing new habits. So have an accountability partner. And if not, have some more partners. At least, there could be somebody who could say on a rainy day, hey, listen, Owen, okay, I'll join you today. Of course, the weather is a little bit bad, but let's do it anyway. Another very effective tip for creating new habits is swish. Now, I'm not very sure if you have heard this. It's a technique from NLP, neuro linguistic programming. Now, what does it mean? It says, you need to act as if. Now, what is this act as if? It's a principle that helps us to visualize ourselves as following a new habit. I've just put a little bit of examples. Mostly, it happens with sports people. Those people who are passionate about getting better in their fields of sports. You see them. Whether it is tennis, badminton, cricket, hockey, or boxing, or any one of these judo exercises, or even basketball for the matter. Now, this works very well in helping you, get the confidence of creating a new habit. The more often you visualize and imagine yourself acting as if you already had the new habit, the more rapidly this new behavior will be accepted by your subconscious mind, and then naturally it becomes automatic. Swish. And I have mentioned in my previous episodes the power of visualization. If you desire something and you really really long to be in a new state, you need to visualize positively what could that new state look like. So use the technique of swish. Another effective tip to create new habits is temptation bundling. Now you may ask me, Owen, what is this? Now, this is a term coined by Wharton Operations and Information Management professor Catherine Milkman. Now, friends, this is a simple but effective way to build a new habit. Now, for many of you, this may sound something different and something new, but I see all around people doing it without actually knowing it. Now, what is this all about? Take an activity that you do not like. I repeat, take an activity that you do not like, and also take an activity that you do enjoy, an activity that you do not like, and an activity that you enjoy, and bundle them together. Allow yourself to do the fun thing with the not so fun thing. Now, if at all you're talking about jogging, now I'm sure most of us could have our favorite musical playlist. Now, that's a very good thing, but then sometimes you could be distracted, or you could find yourself, not in the mood to go jogging regularly. So, what you've got to do is that you've got to talk to yourself out that you're going to listen to your favorite playlist only when you decide to jog. Now, that's the fun thing with the not so fun thing. So, by creating a list of temptations, first, create a list of temptations. Now, does this mean? This means that the things you love to do, you love to eat, or the things that gives you a good experience, but which you realize you need to have it in limited forms. Now, this can include, say, for example, watching television, eating certain types of foods, reading certain types of books, and so on. Now, count this as list A, something that you are tempted to do and you love to do. Then create a list of should be behaviors, something that you long to have. Now, this could be anything from, say, for example, studying during examinations or working on important but daily reports that are dull and repetitive, or for example, exercising and so on. Now, when I talk about should be behaviors, that is things you should be doing in order to achieve your goals, but you tend to procrastinate or, for that matter, get distracted. Now, consider this as list B. So, you have got list A list of temptations, and list B, a list of should do behaviors. Bundle them together. Bundle items from list A with items of list B. Now, a practical example in my life is, we are parents to two young daughters. So we as parents do this regularly with our daughters. Watching cartoons or documentaries that have a strong learning outcome, a strong storyline. We watch it at specific times and connect it to one of their studies in school. It could be environment, it could be, say, for example, sports and hobbies, or it could be something related to their work at school. National Geography is one such channel we watch almost every evening from 18 to 19, especially in the winters when it gets dark, maybe at around 3:30 to 4 o'clock in the evening. So while they open their books and while they are basically, studying indirectly, they also get a lot of information. So both things happen, entertainment as well as studying. Now, temptation bundling, friends, achieves two goals at the same time. First, it reduces the amount of time that you devote to temptations. After all, you're limiting the situations in which you allow yourself to engage in the temptation. And secondly, it increases the likelihood that you'll engage in desired behavior. That is, it makes it easier for you to adopt positive habits. So try temptation bundling. And finally, reward yourself. Friends, we tend to underestimate the importance of having fun while building habits. While it is important, don't take it too seriously. Enjoy. Often, having a clear reward for regularly completing an action will help you stick to your new routine. As I said, motivation is good for a start, but you need momentum. And momentum comes when you see the first signs of fruits coming out from your acts, your action, your efforts. So, as I summarize this, these are the ways where you could actually create a new habit. Firstly, identify the habit, start simple, make it daily, commit yourself, be consistent, be persistent, anchor your new habit to something old. Why? Because we have had successes in the past. Have an accountability partner, somebody that can challenge you and encourage you to form a new habit. Use swish, positive and clear visualizations. Try temptation bundling. And finally, reward yourself. Friends, as I close this episode, I would like to encourage you to read this book, The Power of Habit. A wonderful book. In this book, author Charles Duhigg, who was an who is an award-winning business reporter for the New York Times, he takes us to the thrilling edge of scientific discoveries that explain why habits exist and how they can be changed. Now, here he provides answers to very specific yet important questions. For example, why the brain tries to make routines into habits, how cravings create and power new habits. Now, when I'm talking about cravings, you need to have a desire to change within yourself for external results to be manifested outside. Another question that he tries to answer in this book is how to apply the golden rule of habit change. Another question, a very important question, which he basically explains beautifully, is what keystone habits are and the importance of them in creating a new routine. So, in closing, friends, what we do every day matters than what we do once in a while. Habits are formed, and habits can also be a part of our lifestyle going into the future. The secret of building a new habit is to relate to an important goal. Attach yourself to something that you want to do regularly in your life. Because, as I said, our habits actually are responsible for our happiness and success. Relate to it to an important goal. Commit to working at it daily and use a series of micro commitments, small successes, small wins to increase the likelihood of success. Thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, please comment and share. Also, you could go to my YouTube channel and subscribe it. There you will find this video as well as many other videos for you to learn, to grow, and to improve. Remember, the win is always within you. I'm here to help you be victorious. I believe in you, and together we can. Stay safe. See you on the next episode of Tea Time with Owen.